Hello, my friends. Florida water smells so good. Okay. Hi. How are you? I can't wait for November. I'm doing a lot of traveling this month, so I will be able to be here with you and hanging out a lot more frequently. But we're getting it in today. I'm using Ghosts and Spirits Tarot. I love this tarot deck. They're all ghosts and spirits. So they're pretty. So we're going to start today. If you don't know me, I'm Christina. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you've been here before, welcome back. It's so good to be here with you. I'm going to start right now by just checking in with the energy of the collective that needs it the most right now. So if you don't know, my gifts are feeling and knowing. So I'm going to feel into your energy, your person's energy, the situation, the collective. I'm feeling physical tension in the body. So you may be really stressed about what's going on. There feels like a restlessness. It feels kind of like something ended and you don't really know what to do with yourself. It's not a very grounded energy. So with that, let's get a little more information. What do we have? First card out is the King of Pentacles, but in this deck, this feels very much like you or your person, all energies can be reversed, are running from something. Like each other. It's like the shadow of them. You can't escape from them. They're haunting you. See the shadow of the person up there? This person's sort of like on the run from. It's like you're seeking groundedness and balance in your life, but they are just there occupying space in your mind. Okay, what else? Wow. Oh, I just got chills. Have I never gotten this card before? Why do I feel like I've never seen this card? Maybe I'm just seeing it differently. You may feel like a negative pull or a negative energy. You may feel like they're wishing you bad, like ill wishes, or they are just siphoning energy from you. Like, look at this. Can you see it with a different background? There we go. Like this is you and they're pulling on your energy. It's again, like with that King of Pentacles, you can't focus. No matter where you run, they are there. Interesting. So you can't escape this connection right now, even if you're trying to. Okay, it feels like with the High Priestess, you are trying to... Well, hang on, we'll get there. First came out the Two of Cups. There is such a sorrow here with the Two of Cups. It's like you wanted this to work so badly. It's like you nurtured it, you gave it what you could, and it wasn't reciprocated. But there is, like, the plant's still alive. It feels like maybe you have hope that this will work out or you will be able to reconnect. But with the High Priestess, it feels like there's like a tug, push-pull energy. You want to move forward, but you can't let them go. You want to learn and grow from this, but you feel like it's like you can see the silver lining and then you turn back to like the negative emotions about it. Like you're going back and forth. You don't feel grounded necessarily. Okay, what else? Okay, talk about not feeling grounded. It's like you're barely staying afloat. Like you're drowning. You're drowning in this connection. You're drowning. I wonder if you can see it better. Like literally sinking. Like you can't get away from it. This feels really heavy. It's like you want to start with the Fool, you want to start over, but look at that. That's like no movement. You know, the Fool in other decks is like, I am leaping off the cliff to start something new. This is like, I'm supposed to start over? I'm supposed to move on? How? It's like you don't really know how to take that first step. It feels, again, with that like unsettled kind of restless energy, you don't know what to do. I'm really feeling for you here. This is a hard place to be. We're definitely going to find some advice for your guidance, or like, why is this happening? That might be a good question. Okay. Why is the King of Cups here? And the Queen of Cups and the Eight of Cups. There doesn't feel like a balanced dynamic between the two. Like if you and your person were the King and Queen of Cups, it's like you wanted different things. There does feel like some surprise. Maybe it ended unexpectedly, or you didn't expect it to end the way that it did. Like these don't feel balanced. Do you see that? Like they're so different. There's almost like a toxic energy. It's like you or your person, like you wanted something. It kind of feels manipulative. Like, how can I benefit from this? I don't know. That's interesting. It's like they just left then because you weren't fulfilling their needs anymore, whatever that means, with the Eight of Cups, like moving on. But again, it's like you're trying to run from this circling energy of them. What is going on? Give me a little bit more. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you are not feeling great. And then the Devil. This is, in this deck, it's called Chains, but like you're stuck, you're bound to the past. There may have been addiction issues. Okay. So that's kind of an overview, general energy. What's going on here? Feels like you're really stuck with energy of this person, of the past, from this connection. Okay, so maybe we can find out why. Why is this happening? This feels like, ooh, I'm already getting emotional. Feels like there are big lessons to be learned. I'm going to use Departures Tarot. Beautiful deck. Love this deck. Okay. Sorry if you hear the street sweeper. It's really loud. You may live on or near an island, or have gone to an island with this person. I'm seeing rings too, like if some of you wear rings. Maybe there was an engagement ring involved. Okay, someone gave back a ring. All right, so why? Why is this connection, what was this connection for? Why is this happening? What was this connection for? Let's get you some clarity. Like why was this here? Why did this happen? Okay, oh, Judgment. That's why this is happening. It's so you both could be propelled into a spiritual awakening. So this was definitely a deep connection, a soul connection, perhaps a connection you didn't quite understand. Like, why am I so stuck on this person? Why am I obsessive? Why am I holding on to this? Well, because there's still things left to learn. Like, look at that. Interesting. Okay. What else? Tell me more about that. Why did this connection happen? What were we meant to learn even? Okay. You were actually meant to learn, both of you, what you want in a partnership, what you don't want, and what you need versus what you don't need. Sorry, my throat. For example, you may not like being vulnerable, but you're realizing you need someone who's going to help you be open and vulnerable and learn that skill and be safe and comfortable to do that. Wants and needs are different, you know? Okay, what else? Okay, you were actually meant to recognize your own strength and learn your own strength, like pulling yourself out of the ground, lifting up, fighting for yourself, advocating for yourself, speaking up, setting boundaries, like not letting them take everything, like you can stand up and rise, speak up for yourself. What else are you meant to learn? Okay, maybe the things that you thought you wanted or learned that you're supposed to have or want, like marriage. Maybe you'd realize you don't want those. You don't want that. Or maybe you've been saying your whole life, like, I don't care if I get married, but now you're realizing, yes, I want to get married, or whatever. Yeah, I'm just making up an example, but you get to, this whole connection was to learn about yourself, learn about what you want, who you want to be, who you want to become, you know. With the King of, oh, and that's just so you can see the card. It's a lot of like shadows of the old self, like maybe recognizing that your beliefs no longer need to be true. Just because you believe something doesn't make it true. Why is the King of Swords here? Whoa. The Sun card. It's, look at this white horse. It's like you're meant to be your own savior, almost. Like you can get out of this hole. You can get out of this darkness, this struggle, this pain. And I know it feels like that might feel impossible right now. What else? Why is this here? What are they meant to learn? What are they meant to learn? Getting a lot of kings here. It's time that you recognize your power and don't put your don't put it into other people. Like other people don't get to decide how you live, who you are. So if someone almost suffocated the best parts of you, you know, this person maybe, whether that was like dimming your light or not believing in you or telling you that you were really bad at this thing that you love doing or something like that, or like even not even saying those things, but made you feel that way, you need to take your power back and recognize, no, I get to be who I want to be. It's okay to be myself. It's safe to be myself. I can ask for the things that I need. It's not too much to ask for what I need in a partnership. A lot about choosing yourself and like fighting for that, like fighting for yourself. We do have the Hanged Man, but we have the Hanged Man in reverse. Hang on a second. Okay, it kind of feels like a cycle. Like you've gone through this before. Maybe you've dated people like this in the past and you keep getting the same, whether it was always like the same zodiac sign or like the same issues will come up or the same like lessons. So notice the things that keep repeating, and those might be the things that you're meant to be learning from and shifting. What else? What else are you meant to be learning? Why did this connection happen? Two more. One more. Okay, it's time for you to make your own decisions about your life. Two of Wands, you're at a crossroads. You get to decide. You get to start over. You get to say, I'm going to sit down and write down all the things I thought I wanted and now what I want now, because you're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to change who you are. You're allowed to want different things. It's okay. You don't have to want what your parents wanted for you. You don't have to want what all your friends are doing. You're allowed to want something different. We also have the Three of Wands. Like it's afraid, you know, it's scary to go for the things that you want. I love this card. This always reminds me of surfing, even though there's nothing. Well, maybe it's because it's in another deck, but you may surf or be an ocean person who likes being on the water in some way. Maybe you live on the water. King of Cups and Ten of Wands. Wow. All right. A lot of this was to learn. Wow. Learn from your emotions. Learn from, like, what is your pain trying to tell you? What is your resentment trying to tell you? What is your anger trying to tell you? Like, what haven't you healed through? Ten of Wands. How can you learn to forgive yourself? How can you learn to forgive that person? Often when you're angry at someone else and need to, should forgive them or whatever, it's really about forgiving yourself. I think the example I usually use is like, if you're mad at them for being mean, actually look at yourself. Are you mad at yourself for staying? You mad at yourself for putting up with it? Like there's power in that, and seeing that and saying, oh, okay, no judgment. You're not here to judge yourself, but it's time for you to see, okay. It was coming from an innocent place. You just wanted to be loved. You wanted to have a partnership. You wanted to, it was innocent, that the reason you stayed. It's okay now to see that and say, okay, I'm going to choose differently in the future. Okay, I want to go into advice for you. We're not checking too much in on them. For some reason, it doesn't feel like it matters right now. Like, this really feels like this is for you to see what you are not seeing, essentially. Like, what haven't you been learning? What things keep happening? What cycles keep repeating? We need to prevent those from repeating again. And the only way to do that is to heal and to learn and to be completely honest with yourself. Self-awareness, deep self-awareness is magic, because you can't change anything unless you're aware of it. That's the first step. You have to be aware of something, like, oh, I do have this pattern of giving all of myself and not setting any boundaries. Oh, I do have this pattern of being with people that need to be fixed, and like, do you want that in a partnership, or do you want a true partner? Do you want someone that's on your level emotionally, mentally, you know what I mean? So you don't have to parent them. Okay, so advice for you. Let's use this deck, the Unveiled Tarot. Advice for this beautiful viewer. How to move forward from here. Advice. Because there's such an attachment. Like, I feel like that you're connected to this person, and it can be distracting. I'm seeing the Death card. It's like, okay, accepting that it's over, but still accepting like they're going to be in your periphery for a little while, but you still can move forward at the same time, if that makes any sense. Like, those dual emotions can exist at the same time. Judgment card again. Awakenings suck. They're painful. They're hard. And that's okay. The darkness, it's darkest right before the dawn. It's pitch black right before the sun starts to rise. The same with like a spiritual awakening or an emotional, like, right before you evolve, right before you ascend, right before you grow, you go through a period of darkness. It's part of it. You're shedding old layers. You're shedding your skin. It's like a snake has to shed their skin. You may have a snake has to shed that layer before they can move forward. And does anyone know, this might be a stupid question, but I don't know. Does it hurt snakes when their skin sheds? You know what I mean? Like, you're tearing off part of you. So there is part of you that you have to like forgive, accept, acknowledge, love, and then let it go. There's a bug. Okay. So advice for you. Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups, all of this love. Okay, it feels like you're really hard on yourself. It feels like you're beating yourself up. You're judging yourself. But is that helping you? Is that even helpful to judge yourself? It's 1818, if that means anything to you. The number 9 actually may be significant. Okay. The parts of you, it's like there's shame. It feels like shame around past versions of you, how you showed up, what you did or didn't say or do, the lot of regret there. And those are the exact parts of you that you need to forgive and send love to. Like, if your best friend went through the same thing, how would you speak to them? Like, it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. With the Lovers coming out, 2 things are showing up energetically here. There is a part of you screaming out for your attention that you are ignoring. It feels like the part that feels shame. They just want to be seen and loved by you and acknowledged by you. The other piece of it is getting out of your head, or not letting your head run the show fully. Like, balancing your head and your heart, listening to your intuition, but also thinking logically. Like, use both. Don't just use, excuse me, one or the other. It's kind of too many. Okay, what do we have? It's kind of like learning how to be the eye of the hurricane, like calm in the chaos. Like, your life could feel like shit. Like, you could be like, I lost my job, I'm in my car, like, just like you feel stuck. But you are the eye of the hurricane. You are allowed to also find freedom and peace and happiness within yourself, even if your circumstances aren't adding the positivity. You know, like, instead of looking outside of you and saying everything sucks, that must mean I suck. No, you get to be that calm in the chaos. Nothing's happening to you, it's happening around you. You get to feel joy even when everything else feels like madness. And if there's any guilt with that, like, well, how can I be happy if I just broke this person's heart? And it's like, you can hurt for them and be happy for you. Those can exist at the same time. Okay, we have the devil. Those things, there's so much about, you're like, so much energy about being mad at yourself. I just want to tell you that it's okay to forgive yourself, and it's okay to have done and said all the things you did. That's how we learn. It's like a 5-year-old makes mistakes all the time because they're learning. And why do we, just because time has passed, like, why do we assume we should have known better? No, you may be new in relationships. Like, it doesn't matter how old you are. If this is only like your second relationship, like, you're still learning, you're still growing. And it's, you know, now we get to see patterns and learn and choose to grow from them. Let's do 3 more. Okay, what do we have? Yeah. A lot about emotion. Okay. Let all the emotion be there, please. Let it be there. And I don't just mean like the pain and the sadness and the crying. I mean, like, it's the judgment that keeps coming up. Like, are you judging yourself for crying so much? Are you judging yourself for feeling like you failed miserably in the relationship? Are you judging yourself? Like, remove the judgment. See it from bird's eye view, just like as it is. It is what it is. What can I learn from this? Like, it just is. It's not good or bad. It just is. There's no judgment there. Like, yeah, I screamed at them. Okay, I'm just seeing that. You know what? I don't want to do that again. Maybe there's something there I need to heal. Let's do the deep dive, you know, like next call with your therapist or something, like do that dive. Like, why, what triggered me and what can I heal through there? Check in with your vulnerability. The 4 of Pentacles here is often my card of like, you're just like this huge rock, this huge shell. But it feels like a vulnerability with yourself. There's a lot about being honest with yourself in this reading right now. What aren't you being honest with yourself about? What aren't you allowing yourself to feel and do? And why is there so much anger at yourself and upset with yourself? You know, you're just rejecting parts of yourself, and that's not going to feel good. That's not going to help you move forward. Like, that's a really deep version of self-love, is loving and accepting and forgiving all the mistakes you've ever made. Because you're human. You're human. You're allowed to mess up. It's okay. You're allowed to mess up. The issue, I guess, would lie if you just keep continuing to choose to do them and you're not facing your reality and like facing like, I need to do the work. Like, it's time to take responsibility for yourself, for your emotions, and say, okay, there's something I have to heal through. Okay, I can do this. This is going to be hard. I don't know where to start, but I'm going to figure it out. You do have the moon in reverse. Like, you don't really know where to start, what to do. You may have sleepless nights. You may be connected to, I think that's a crayfish, wolves, dogs, and the desert. Just check in with yourself too if there's a lot of drinking, if you're avoiding, or even just avoidant tendencies as far as like avoiding, you know, instead of feeling I'm watching TV, instead of feeling I'm drinking, or instead of feeling and processing I'm doing these things like distraction activities. Check in with those. Be honest with yourself about those. There's so much about being honest with yourself right now. And then you have the King of Cups in reverse. There is something you're avoiding regarding your emotions. It's hard to feel and process and release emotions. That's a skill we have to learn. Let's get a final bit of advice for you. Celebrate yourself. Okay, you can't just look at yourself and be like, okay, all of that was trash. I suck. Let me heal through it. No, acknowledge the good too. If you're going to put yourself on trial for the bad, you have to put yourself on trial for the good too. There are wonderful things about you. There are amazing things about you. There's, you know, if you're like, why am I crying so much? Why does this hurt so much? This sucks. No, find the good. You have the capacity to love that hard. Are you kidding me? That's beautiful. You don't have to judge yourself for that. That's beautiful. Like, find those things to celebrate within yourself. You get to choose you, perhaps for the first time. Learn how to forgive yourself and understand that this is going to take time. You have to build brick by brick. You can't just want to be at the finish line like, I just wish I were healed. I just wish I were better. It takes time. It takes work. And it sounds like you may need to hear that it's time for you to look in the mirror and be really honest with yourself about the role that you've played without judgment. Without judgment. I can look back at my relationships and be like, ooh, I had some things to learn, and then you go and learn them. But the easiest way, the most gentle way to do that is by forgiving yourself along the way, loving yourself so hard. Like, you're allowed to mess up, okay? Your last card is the sun. The sun will shine again. Remember, the dark, right before the dawn, the sun will come up again. And in your life too. This is just going to be a challenging time of healing, of growth, of shedding your skin to get to that next layer of you, which is fresh, more grounded. The energy even just feels more grounded. Like, your next chapter will be more grounded if you turn inward, if you look in the mirror, if you be really, really, really honest with yourself. I'm sending you so much love. If this was helpful in any way, don't forget to like this video so I know that. I love you so much. I'll talk to you soon.